So Morgan, we've had a lot of clients ask, why can't you train 3 to 6 times a week?
Well, let's take it to the bikes and talk about it. So obviously, one of the things that we spend a lot of time talking about between the two of us is training strategies.
Because what else do we do in our free time?
Yeah, we have nothing better to do. But for all of you wondering, what is the optimal frequency for strength training? We follow training really intense and a low volume. So typically we don't want our clients training any more than twice a week if they're training with us here in person. Depending on the situation, sometimes if someone is an off-site training client, we'll have them train 3 days a week just because we can't get our hands on them and their intensity is affected.
Yeah.
But we can talk about why that is too.
Yeah, and if you train 6 times a week to momentary muscular failure, you wouldn't be able to keep doing that long term at all.
Live.
Especially full body.
Yeah.
If you're doing different body parts, it's a little bit different, but it's still going to be taxing on your body's energy system.
Right.
So when we talked about energy systems before, nutrition, so that's where we're kind of leading into is now the recovery side of things.
Right.
So the 48 to 72 hours, such as 3 days, getting that full recovery in the muscle, allowing those micro tears to heal back up and then become stronger for the next workout.
Yeah, and so micro tears are the healthy, good tears that we want when you're strength training. You're creating micro tears in your muscle and actually breaking down your muscle tissue. And when we talk about training to failure, you're training till that point where you can't safely do another rep in good form. And we push our clients to that point, but that tells us that that muscle is fully broken down in those fast twitch muscles. And that's where the recovery is needed. So we've talked about before, if you do a 1 set and set the weight down and then rest for even 30 seconds, you'll always be able to do another rep. But that's because your slow twitch muscle fibers have recovered. Those guys are aerobic. You'll always be able to set it down and do 1 more rep at a time with rest in between.
Yeah.
The fast twitch muscle fibers are the ones that are requiring the 48 to 72 hours. But those micro tears aren't just going to repair and build back to the level they were that you came in with during that strength session. They're actually going to build back slightly stronger. So that's why when you come in, we don't go for the same amount of reps every single time. Our goal is for you to increase how many reps or the resistance that you're using with the strength exercises.
Yeah, like what Morgan was talking about. Made this graph here. You kind of see it in the video, but basically the first time you're in, we're going to be breaking down the muscle tissue. It's going to be at a point where it's tearing in a healthy fashion, and then ideally before the next workout, it's actually built up stronger, and then not in that point where the muscle hasn't been tore too much, and then you're able to freshly do that workout, improve on that, and then we go back, break it back down again each week or twice a week, depending on your frequency here, and then we keep doing that until we get to a higher point of strength. Ideally, that's every workout, like Morgan was saying. So.
Right. And what happens is if you train, let's say you trained with us to failure 3 days a week and you're not fully recovered, what actually happens over time is in Matt's graph over here is you don't actually come all the way up from that dip. And so you're not maximizing the benefits of the strength training. And then if you do that regularly, like if you do it 1 time, it's not like you're gonna get hurt. But if you regularly train and that's called overtraining, you are much higher risk of injuring yourself strength training. And we're all here strength training to not get injured. That's the whole point. So we wanna make sure that you're getting enough of a workout, but also that you're not working out too much. And that's our whole approach is less is more. What's the least amount that you can do and benefit from? Because that is much more sustainable.
Sure. And so we're that safety and efficiency in every workout. And if you go efficiently through the workout, you should be exhausted on every
Right.
muscle group. Maybe it's a little bit harder to walk out of here, but that means that you had a really great workout. Your muscles know that they're now needing to recover, and that recovery period starts immediately after you're done.
Right.
So that's where that nutrition side of things we talked about comes right into play.
Yep, so all of this education is here coming full circle for you. If you need to refer back to those earlier videos, you can check it out. I think that's it this time. All right, so stay tuned for our next educational video.